Welcome to Totem Pole Nation. Real Coach Lambo here. And you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. You know how many times I talk about nonstop TV?
Yes,
Nonstop
sir.
TV. Deer is back. All right. We're 2 days away from the new year. And I'm going to have this guy make some predictions, test his football knowledge, talk a little bit more about his prank channel, talk a little bit more about YouTube, how you can blow up your social media stuff, because he's one of the best. He's blown up in about 4 different social media eras, and basically how to be good looking, how to get females properly. If it goes on there. But dear, tell Totem Pole Nation how you been the last week and what's going on.
All right, what's up, Totem Pole Nation? Just thanks for having me back. Obviously, I love talking on here. Obviously, I love talking about sports. So anytime I get the chance to, I'm gonna accept the offer, especially from my homies. But I've been great. We're coming off a banger, one of our best videos of the year, I think. And it's actually our last video of the year. We're dropping our best of video to start January, so it's gonna be our best of 22 pranks, whatever. It's gonna be another banger. I'm excited for that one. We got a lot of good shit last year, so it's gonna be a big video. But and we're getting ready for next year. So that's kind of we're restarting our shit, getting everything, all the gears restarted, and we're starting fresh, a whole new year, and we're taking over this year on it. This is our big year. We're really excited. So thanks for having me back, though.
I've watched the new video about 3-4 times, and your humor, like I said, is getting better. I know the job is not done, but tell us into that video. You tell us the first time it got delayed, but it was a good that there's reasons that things happen for a reason. It got delayed, and you came out with a banger, and you
Oh yeah,
had
well,
you had me and my other coaches, Mr. Totem Pole, laughing. I was laughing the whole entire time. You sitting there, box full of glass, and just throwing it. You don't give a fuck. My favorite one was he threw it at some white guy with the blue sweatshirt on and said, "Man," he said, "Here's your package, fuck face." You know what I'm saying?
oh
Like
yeah.
that was funny,
What's
bro.
crazy?
So
What's
tell us,
crazy
like,
about that one is that was our last run, and we were debating on doing it again, and I was just thinking in my head like, what if I'm just a straight dick right off the start, and then I try to back it up and be nice. I'm like, what's the best thing I can say? Here's your package, fuck face. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it out. And that's the clip that it worked on, right? The first 1 out of 1, and it was the best people to do it to. So we just got lucky, honestly. But that's kind of how pranking goes. If you try it, it's gonna work out, and you get rewarded.
man, that's great. I'm probably gonna rewatch it after this because, like I said, you motivate me every day,
Appreciate
and we're gonna do some
it.
big things. But tell us what are your expectations, what's your expectations for 2023 for yourself and nonstop TV?
Well, for myself personally, I want to hit 100K on TikTok here ASAP. Same with on Facebook. I'm about halfway there on both. I think on TikTok I'm about 60K, and then Facebook about 45K. So we're getting up there. I just want to have a. That's a big, it's a big goal for me. I want having 100K. It's like, not everybody has 100K followers. It's just a dope thing to say, yo, I got 100K or plus, and that'd be a huge milestone for me. And then honestly, our goal as a YouTube channel is to hit 100K subscribers by the end of 2023. It's a huge jump because we're about to hit 4K, and we've been growing at a nice pace. But we think with the way our videos are getting better and better, and we're upgrading quality of our mics and our equipment, and we're just getting naturally better at knowing what to say and how pranks should go. We think that this next year, just we're gonna take the top off and really show people how crazy nonstop can be and how crazy it will be for years to come because we really love doing this shit. But
I
it's gonna
believe
be a crazy year.
I believe that Nonstop will probably be one of the #1 YouTube prank channels in America. I believe that it's coming. So I guess I have to sit there and through my dark days sometime wait until Monday or sometimes Tuesday for the video to come out by a certain time and sit there. It's like, all right, Nonstop got something going on. Now tell us about this, because I texted you and I was going back watching the old videos. I was going back and
Oh
watching
yeah.
watching your #1. You was pranking on some type of app. and you
Oh
said
yeah.
something about somebody asked you, you love black women or whatever. He was like, yeah, I love black women. Like, so
Oh yeah.
basically the question I'm asking is like, tell us, the process and the grind from that very, very first video, along with that video. Then you also had the Carolina Reaper video and falling off the snowboard type video to now. Like, what have you learned over those videos? in the past year, and how do you improve those mistakes?
I'd say overall, I guess the biggest thing that you could take away from that shit is that a lot of that shit was, I don't know, almost a year and a half, 2 years ago now. So it was a while ago, and we had viral clips back then. Obviously, our first viral clip ever actually was the snowboarding video, me falling off the roof. I think it did like some big prank Instagram brand picked it up and was like, "Yo, can we post this?" And it hit like 100, 200K. So that was our first taste of like, "Hey, we can do this shit. We're going viral on other people's apps. People like our shit. They want to use it." And from then on, it was a slow ass process because we bullshitted and we fucking just thought about shit and didn't actually put shit into motion.
Mm.
And then it took, I guess, us watching Nelk really blowing up and hitting fucking 3, 4, 5 million and just doing what they love every day and just us keep watching them every day and like, yo, we can do this shit ourselves. We're funny. We've been like this since high school. Let's just fucking do it and stop talking about it. And I guess from the first video that we really put that into motion was honestly about a year ago. We're coming up on our first video that was really a video was moaning in stores, and that's why I'll keep it as our profile video because it really was the start of our channel. Even though we started about a year before that, we didn't start taking it serious till that moaning video, and we really were like, "Yo, we did this. Let's keep it going. We can do this every week. Let's go."
Now, imagine. Go back a little bit. Imagine if you didn't take action, because we're around this generation. I know we're part of the young generation, but we're just around people that just talk about certain things. And before I ask you a question, talking about myself, I was in a situation back in July when I was playing basketball just with a couple friends of mine or whatever. They follow me, but we don't really talk. We used to, things happen, but that's
Yeah.
fine. But I think the thing that pissed me off is they were talking about, oh, we're gonna start a podcast and whatever. And the thing is, I was that guy that waited on somebody to start something, right? And
Yeah.
for me, I was dumb at the time. Between July and October, I was dumb. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Then I ended up coaching. Good things ended up happening to me. And then in October, we said, let's start a sports channel. You know all the head coaches. You know football. I made the first Who Brady made Belichick video, and it got like 4K, 5K views. So
Yeah.
the question I want to ask you is, how did you get out of that? How did you get out of your shadow? How did you get out of your bubble to make sure that you weren't one of those people in America that talked about, I want to do this, but I didn't want to do that. How did you get out your shadow saying, I don't want to be that guy that talks about doing something. I want to be that guy that makes everybody laugh.
Really, I guess for me, it was just not having that anymore in my life because I, graduated from high school and shit, and everybody goes off and does their own thing. So I'm still with homies and shit that I know from high school that I was blessed enough to, have a passion for YouTube with. So that's luckily helped me along the way. That helped me push me a little bit too. I got a couple other dudes who, just like me, want it bad because we know that we can do this shit. But the overall thing, I guess, was just pushing myself every day to get through it and telling myself, "Hey, I can do this." Because a lot of times I didn't believe it. I was like, "Yo, no way in hell I'm blowing up. No way in hell I can do this like they can. Like I'm not that funny." But constantly reminding myself that, hey, they were like me once too. They had no one following them, people hating on them and shit, but they had to start from somewhere. And the difference is they started and kept doing it. And once I realized that, I just kind of was like, I'll just see what happens. If it doesn't fucking work out, who gives a fuck? I got other shit I can do. But if it works, then that's what I want to do. So fuck yeah. And I kept doing it and getting good feedback back. And I was like, fuck, dude, I love doing this. I love making people's day. I love entertaining them and their families. I was getting shit from people and their kids saying, yeah, my whole family watches it. This is awesome. And that was like the best feeling in the world. You can't really top that. So
Not to get into your personal business or whatever, but do you have a backup plan, or is this your A plan like me? I feel like Totem Pole Sports. I have no backup plan for this. I believe in my brand at Totem Pole Sports. You believe in your brand nonstop. I believe in your brand as well. Do you have a backup plan if something were to happen, or you just gonna stick with it and say forget it?
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really do this for money. I do it because I love it. So I can't really see myself not pranking. I mean, I guess there might be a day where I really have to take it serious and I actually start working a full-time job if YouTube's not paying the bills, which I'm hoping is never the case because we're getting better and better every day. But You never know, obviously, but I think even if that did take place and I had to get a full-time job working and shit, I'd still make time for what I love doing, pranking, because I do have, that's a little bit of social media following. I would still make videos for the people that follow me now, just because I built up that audience, and I still love getting feedback from all those people. So I can never see myself stopping completely, just because, like I said, it is what I love to do. It helps me to get through the fucking day, pass all that stressful bullshit that we deal with today. But no, I'm never gonna stop. No, no way in hell.
Man, well, I feel like you're to be the John Morant of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? John Morant didn't have any offers coming out of high school, and the story of John Morant is somebody just walked into the gym and get something from the vending machine. And look what the Memphis Grizzlies did with the number 2 pick in 2019. They drafted John Morant. Now John Morant is one of the most exciting players. I feel the same way about you when it comes to YouTube. Like nobody knew who you really were. You had people that knew you, but it's like simple on TikTok. TikTok is like the number one brand that you can blow up on. And your video
Yeah.
that I liked was you was beefing with college fans. I'm like, most people are scared to even do this. Like, you just sat up there and was just like, I don't care. I go to Ohio State University or whatever, but I don't care. He went for Michigan. He went for Notre Dame. And I was like, most people are scared to do this. Like, you just came up with
Oh
an
yeah.
idea. You just came up with an idea. It was like, look, whatever is trending, that was in your head when you made that video. You just basically just do like, okay, whatever's trending, if I make this work, boom, and look where you at now.
Exactly. Well, I give a shout out to Nelk again. They did the beef thing in college football fans at Arizona, and that had heavy inspiration to what I did. But I thought, let me just take it up a notch and be more of an asshole and really get people pissed at me, which I feel like I did. If you watch their video compared to mine, they were a little bit cooler than I'd say. I was calling people out in both my videos a little bit, but I'm a little bit more haywire.
Yeah, I think you're good, but I think here's the best thing of the time. We're gonna get into some football. We're gonna get into your picks. I know we're gonna talk about your team later on, but I believe in you when it comes to football. I'm gonna start with this team. I'm gonna start with the Broncos and the Chiefs. Now the Broncos are fired Nathaniel Hackett. I think the game will be competitive because the coach isn't there, the toxic environment is out, but the Kansas City Chiefs are also fighting for that playoff seat. They're fighting for the number one playoff seat. Who do you got between the
Mm-hmm.
Broncos and the Chiefs?
Well, I'm gonna go Chiefs by 20. And this is no disrespect to the Broncos. I
Go
just
ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
Bro,
they're
go
going by
ahead,
20.
bro.
It's not even gonna be close. Like Russell Wilson, I really was holding out hope that he would turn things around because I thought he was an MVP. He's an MVP quarterback. What I saw from Seattle all them years, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been disappointed. I've been disappointed at least in how he's played, honestly. Because as much as I can say, it's all the coach, everything's. We should be able to see a little bit of that MVP quarterback, like occasionally. And I feel like we haven't really seen that at all this year. I don't know what the hell's going on, but if he's just getting older and all that shit, but I can't see Mahomes and them losing this game. I could see it maybe being sneaky close just because of how good Denver's defense is, and I do respect them. Denver's got a defense, and they should be in the playoffs based on their fucking defense. I feel bad for every single defender on that team, but I'm going Chiefs by 20, 30-10 because Denver can't score worth crap. That's my
Good.
prediction.
I like keep that same. I like that. Now we're gonna talk about the Dolphins and my New England Patriots. We lose to whoever. I don't even want to talk about who we lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. We were down 22-0. We was on the verge of coming back and beating the Bengals until Lamondre Stevenson fumbled the football, which I was very, very pissed. And Nick Folk missed the extra
I was
point.
happy.
I was very, very pissed. I know you were happy. I wish you would have did a reaction video on that, which we need to do that when the
Oh,
Bengals and the Patriots play each other again.
oh yeah.
Both teams are fighting playoff spots, but Mike Medeo said that Tua will not be playing because he has a concussion and he needs to worry about his health. I think Tua has 3 concussions this year, and they're going to start Teddy Bridgewater, who was from the Vikings, playing for the
Teddy
Broncos.
B.
Who do you got between the Dolphins and the Patriots with no Tua, but they still got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill?
Still got the weapons. They got Teddy B. I respect Teddy B. Dude's smooth. He's not gonna kill you deep though. So that element is definitely gone now that Tua throws it that deep, but he's got a bigger arm than Teddy B. But Teddy B is gonna keep it. I think he'll keep it close. Teddy B is a smart quarterback. He's not gonna make mistakes. You guys have a great defense. I don't think you might be able to get him into a pick, but he's a smart quarterback. But I think it's gonna be a close game. I almost I'm gonna take you guys by about a field goal, maybe 6 points. I don't think it's gonna be a huge big deficit. It's gonna be a close game, come down to the wire. I think just because Tua being out and they're completely different offense without Tua out there throwing to him. But I'll give it to y'all just because of y'all defense and the defense edge. I think you guys might get them this week.
I think our defense will do a very, very good job. I'm very concerned for the offense, and I do not like Matt Patricia's play call because when we had Josh Daniels run the ball on 31, now all of a sudden we want to throw the ball from the 1 yard line and go 5 wide on 31. I'm not very confident in Matt Patricia's play calling, but the only way we win is we on special teams and force probably with a pick six. We thought we was coming back against the Bengals. We was forcing all these turnovers and all this other stuff, but that's the only way we can win. Our offense is not good, so I'm not confident.
Let me ask you this though: you a Bailey Zappi fan or a Mac Jones fan? A Mac Jones fan.
I'm at the point where I'm at the point, to be honest with you, where I'm on the next season. But to answer your question, I hadn't seen enough of Bailey Zapp. He did a very good job in overtime loss against Green Bay, but he's not ready. The Patriots system is
Yeah,
very, very complicated. You have to check things on the line of scrimmage. You have to change the play. Um, Basically, we're old school 21 personnel football. I mean, we're not flashy like all these other teams. So, I mean, it could be a thing where Bailey Zappi does start, but also I would say no because Mac Jones was hurt, and Belichick admitted that he got him hurt in Ravens game trying to score an extra touchdown. So if that wouldn't happen, would we had a better season? Probably, but at the same time, I'm not a delusional Patriots fan. We're not good. We suck. Like I said, I give credit to the Bengals for beating us because I mean we couldn't stop them in the first half. We made Joe Burrow look like Tom Brady back in like 2007 or something. Like
oh yeah.
he was just putting dimes on or something. I'm sitting there looking on TV like, are we gonna get blown out here? But I don't know, dude. I'm if we
All
make
right,
the playoffs,
last thing about that though. How would you think about your boy chopping my boy Eli's legs out? What the hell was that about?
well, first of all, as he shouldn't have done that. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't tolerate anything dirty at all. I don't know why he did that because he wasn't going to chase the
That
guy.
was
So
wild.
I don't know what
That
he
was
did.
wild.
I don't think he's a dirty player, but that makes him look dirty because of the situation he did last year where he twisted Brian Burns' ankle against the Carolina
Yeah.
Panthers. So that's
You don't want to
unnecessary.
get labeled. You don't want to get labeled as a dirty player as a quarterback either, because then people are gonna start headhunting a little bit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's where it gets
I have a
dangerous.
feeling. I have a feeling he might end up like Grayson Allen when he was with Duke college basketball, where he'll trip people and stuff. But I don't tolerate
It's
that.
funny how everybody's making that comparison. They're saying he's the Grayson Allen of the NFL.
He's about to be.
It's
He's
wild.
about to. He's about to be if he stops doing that. But I don't tolerate that. I like you know fair football. As me being a coach, I'm not a dirty coach. You know what I'm saying? Me
Yeah.
just being physical. If we lose, that's fine. I can deal with the losing. I just don't like when people just like, oh, your team sucks and their team sucks too, and all this trash talking. Like trash talking between me and you is fine at the end of the day because like, look, my team, my Patriots lose, it ain't the end of the world for me. Like we got next week,
Yeah.
more things in life, but people take it seriously. But Matt Jones just has to get his frustration out of his head. He's getting more frustrated
He
than he was
just
his
need to be
first
he just need to be smarter. He gotta be grown up. That's it.
year. Dude, he's
You
not
know.
even grown. Like I don't know what's going on with him, but man, we'll figure it out next year. I don't really care if we win or not at this point. Like with the Raiders game really hurt us. That's all I can say. Raiders game
Oh, I
hurt us.
100% agree with you. That the way you guys lost that game too.
I would never
That's just
forgive. I would never forgive Belichick for that. I don't think I can
I
forgive
don't
him.
know. What are you thinking?
And when Belichick is Jacoby Myers, I don't think I can forgive him for doing that. Like I was outraged when that happened. I'm surprised it didn't break my PS5.
Well, the fact that he threw it to Mac Jones, thinking like, what is Mac Jones gonna do with the ball after he gets it? He motherfucker, like he can't run. Like he ain't like who you think he is? It's like throwing to an O lineman. Ain't gonna help that much.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go to this one. The Jags versus the Texans. Now, the Jags with first year head coach and Doug Peterson. Their record is 7-8. The Tennessee Titans did lose to the Dallas Cowboys last night, so they're 7-9. I think they're going to be eliminated from the playoffs. I'm gonna take the Jags in this one. They're fighting for the AFC South. The Jags win, they win the AFC South and make the playoffs as a fourth seed in the AFC.
What's Houston's record?
2-12 and I don't know, like 2-12 and something, 2-12-1, 2-13
maybe
and
2-12
one.
and 1. Yeah, something like that.
They're gonna get the first pick in
Houston,
the draft this year.
they're a scrappy team, which I could see it staying close. Because I feel like they haven't been blown out too much this year, have they? Houston.
No, they played close against the Chiefs. The Chiefs came into overtime.
That's what I'm saying. And they've been playing better late too, like recently. And I feel like they already know they've been out for a while. So I feel like at this point, it's not about trying. I could see. I'm gonna go Jacksonville too, but by about 3. I think it stays close because I think Houston they fight, and I like kind of like Detroit in that way. They're not gonna give up. So I go 23-20 Jacksonville.
I look at Houston. They don't have a quarterback. They got an older coach, Lovie Smith, who was the
I like
Chicago
Lovey.
coach.
I like Lovey.
And I think he was the head coach for a college team as well. I can't remember the name of what college team he coached.
I think it might have been Tennessee. Now I'm thinking about it.
I don't
Did he
know.
not coach Tennessee?
I think he coached the Bucks. I think he coached the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think.
He was with Tampa for a little bit, but I think you're right. Actually, no, he coached Illinois. I'm pretty sure it was Illinois, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, you smart. Because I was thinking Illinois, and then now they got Brett Belma as the coach for Illinois now. The big.
Yeah, he was in Illinois for a couple of years. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't winning anything. But I'm going to take Jacksonville in this one. Trevor Lawrence done a good job. The Jags front office has gotten guys in free agency. And I think the best pickup was Zay Jones. I don't know why the Raiders gave away Zay Jones from the Raiders. Like, they just gave him away like a piece of garbage. I don't know why they did that. I don't know.
We're giving away Derek Carr, too. You see what happened right there?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. The 49ers versus the Raiders. We're going to talk about that. They sent Derek Carr. Derek Carr goes away from the team.
Unbelievable.
Josh McDaniels starts former quarterback Jarrett Stidham, who was drafted by the Patriots and is from Auburn University. I want to take the 49ers because third-string quarterback Brock Purdy is doing good, and he was Mr. Irrelevant, but the 49ers are not really a quarterback-oriented system. So
they don't need one. They don't really care.
But
yeah,
that 49ers defense is
oh yeah.
49.
Best in the league, I think. Best in the league for sure right now, I think.
I'm taking 49ers, bro. 49ers.
I'm gonna go Niners as well. I think I'm gonna go just because their defense. I love good defense, and their defense has been so good. Got McCaffrey too. McCaffrey still healthy, correct? Correct me on that.
McCaffrey's done something. They just don't have Debo. Debo, I think, will be back to the playoffs. I think.
He is coming back though.
I think Debo still got a high ankle sprain. So they still got Ayuk. They still got Jennings. They got George Kittle, the best tight end in the game right now. So
he's been getting going recently too. I got my boy in fantasy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the 49ers for this one. I'm very, very confident in them. I think it'll be very dangerous in the playoffs. Go ahead.
Who are playing again? Who are they playing again?
The Raiders. 49ers and Raiders. Yes.
I want to say some disrespectful shit. Them doing what they did to Derek Carr. Like, fire the coach. Derek Carr is not the problem.
Let's get into the Raiders. Let's get into the Raiders a little bit though. There's rumors that say that Tom Brady might play with Josh McDaniels, and then he might bring Rob Gronkowski. So how do you feel about that? Because I think Josh McDaniels' job is on the line. If he were to make a trade like that and say Derek Carr ain't playing, there's some sorts that his job is probably on the line because he has all that talent. He has Josh Jacobs, the leading rusher in NFL, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, and they're not winning.
I'm gonna put those rumors to rest. You wanna know why he's not gonna do that?
Why?
And why he shouldn't more.
Okay, go ahead.
You want Brady to leave the easy ass NFC to come over to Burrow, Mahomes, Allen. He ain't tasting nothing. I'm telling you that now.
Okay, I get you.
They're not letting them. Russell Wilson tried it. And what happened? What happened? He's 4-11.
He ain't doing nothing.
No, he's gonna stay his ass in the NFC if he plays. I think whereas it is, I don't think he'll retire after a year like this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did because he already did it once. But I just feel like there's too much going on in his life right now. He can't unless he's I don't know. I just don't know what's going on with him. Like he's not playing like he usually does.
I don't
And
know
I
if
don't think
I'm
it's his
Tom.
age. It's not his age. It's his head. It's not his age. I can tell he still got it.
If I'm Tom Brady, I would not want to play against Pat Mahomes twice, Justin Herbert
Exactly.
twice,
Herbert. I didn't even mention Herbert. You got all them. I don't see that
Justin
happening. That's
Herbert
not a
two
good
times,
decision.
bro.
Not a good decision. I don't think
I
that's gonna
wouldn't do
happen.
it. Tom Brady, I wouldn't do it. I know you love Josh McDaniels. He was the best offensive coordinator along with Bill O'Brien, but I would not want to play Herbert twice, Russell Wilson twice, even though he's garbage. I'd take the Broncos defense. I wouldn't want to play that twice and play Pat
If
Mahomes
I'm
twice.
Brady, I'm considering Denver over Oakland just because you get that good ass defense. And I don't know.
That depends on if the coach lets him call the plays.
That's true too. But Denver's got some weapons too, which is why
Jerry,
it's surprising
Jerry,
that they stuck.
Jerry
It's,
Judy,
it's been weird that Russell Wilson can't get them the ball. They got some weapons.
the Russell Wilson, I think is like what a wannabe pocket passer or something like that. Like
He was cool, and now he went full cringe mode on us the last couple of years. I'm not sure what's happening with him because I used to love that motherfucker, and now he's saying the most cringe ass shit all the time. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's like someone's in his brain. He's like a robot now. I don't know what's wrong with him.
oh man, now, I think you like this pick here. Vikings versus Packers. The Vikings are fighting for number one seed in the NFC. The Eagles don't have Jalen Hurts. He's not going to play this week. So if
Ooh,
the
more
Eagles
Gardner
lose,
Minshew.
yes, the Gardner Minshew is good, but if the Eagles lose, the Vikings beat the Packers, they could claim the number one seed if the Eagles lose the rest of their two games. And hold on a second now. The Packers under Matt LaFleur, who's been a coach for 4 years, they're undefeated in December. Their record in December is 15-0. So if they win all the rest of their games, if they beat the Vikings and they beat the Lions, they're in. And the question is, do you want to see Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs? Who you got in that one?
100% got the Packers, and I'm gonna tell you, I do want Rodgers in the playoffs, but my dad's team is Detroit, so I got a little heartfelt scenario there. I want the Lions to make it. I do, just because of all the bullshit they go through, and everybody knows how Detroit has been. But I would love to see them in the playoffs, but I would love to see the Packers just because it's a good story having Rodgers. He could definitely make some noise in the playoffs too in the NFC. So I think it'd be good having a team like that in there instead of some of the other options we got. But I'll go Green Bay by touchdown. I'll go 35-28 high scoring game because they both can score a little bit. I think the Packers will get done. I need Christian Watson to go off for my fantasy team. So let's go.
You say 35-28?
35-28 Packers. That's what I got.
I agree. I'm going to take this. Rams and the Chargers. And here's why I say Rams and Chargers. Rams, they beat the Broncos so bad, they scored every possession. Baker Mayfield looking like an MVP.
Hey,
But I'm
Baker's
not talking.
trying now.
My title in this game, dude, is anything can happen. That is my title in this game. Anything can happen, and I'm not confident when it comes to those Chargers because the Chargers are known for choking, and they did this last year when they had a chance to get into a playoff berth, and I think they lost to the Raiders. They gave the game away last year,
Mm-hmm.
so I think I'm gonna go with the Rams here. I think the Rams have something to fight for. Um, Aaron Donald's out, but Sean McVay has been through a lot of quarterbacks. I think he's done a decent job for what he can handle. Baker Mayfield was the
Oh
best
yeah.
option to pick up because they weren't winning with Bryce Perkins, who was from the probably USFL, and John Wolford or whoever the hell his name is. Like,
Two nobodies. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Rams in this one. I don't know about the Chargers, and I would never put my money on the Chargers. I can't do it.
It's funny because I actually have the same exact feelings toward the Chargers, bro. They have so much fucking talent. My bad for cussing, but they have so much damn talent, and they don't use it, bro. They got Mike Williams, they got Keenan Allen, they got Eckler, and they don't get into the playoffs. They make it like every year. It's like they're fighting to get in the last wild card seed or something like that, and they
I
can't
agree.
get it done. And then
I
you got
agree.
Herbert. Herbert's supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks. He's better than Burrow. That's what I've heard. But he ain't been in the playoffs yet. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Happy. I think he's gonna get done this year. I got them winning by a field goal just because I don't know. I think they're gonna get done this year just because he needs to take his playoffs, get a little bit of success in there. But I don't know. I can't see them losing that game. It's gonna be close though. I don't trust them like you said, but they'll find a way to squeak it out somehow. I'll trust that.
I'm thinking this is a big showdown game for Sunday. Sunday Night Football, Steelers
It's
versus
a
the
big game.
Ravens.
Big game. Big
Rivalry
game.
game is basically a division for the AFC North. If the Ravens can
Mm-hmm.
win, Lamar Jackson is not playing, so Tyler Huntley's going to be starting. So he got the sprained PCL. I don't know who to pick for that game, but I know when I bet, I picked like under 39 for DraftKings or whatever it is. So I don't know who
Mm-hmm.
to pick in that game. Who's your thoughts on that?
That's gonna be. I think it's the best game of the weekend, just because I'm a big AFC North dude. Obviously, I'm a Bengals fan, but Steelers and Ravens always bring good games. But and it's gonna be a heavy hitting game too. I like the way the Steelers been playing though recently. If you want me to be honest, Kenny Pickett's back, and he's been. I like him. I don't know why. I always hated Big Ben, which is funny for me to say. I like the Steelers quarterback, but Kenny Pickett, I like what he's been doing the last 5-6 weeks when he's been really getting a flow and feeling a feel for the pocket. But I'll go Steelers because they do have J.J. Watt back. He's the scariest motherfucker in the league, and I'm gonna have Steelers over the Ravens. Lamar being out is so big because I feel like he's their entire offense damn near. So him being out takes away like a whole phase of their game, and now it's just gonna be Tyler Huntley. I like, but I just can't see him scoring enough points to go with Pickett and all of them. They got George Pickens, all those guys on offense. This is the way they've been playing.
Hmm. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Now here's probably your favorite opponent of all time. Monday night game matchup. Everybody be watching. Nonstop TV probably will come out with a video at that time. But before that, 8:30 game, Monday night, the Bills versus the Bengals. Fighting for the number one seed. Both teams fighting for the number one seeds. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. It happens at Cincinnati. I'm going to take the Bengals because I do not like the Bills. I don't like the Bills.
That's a valid reason. Valid reason.
I don't like the Bills. I'm a Patriots fan. I do not like the Bills. I will not go for the Bills at all. I'm going to take the Bengals.
I feel that. But I've been struggling with this one, to be honest. They're both good as shit.
Why are you struggling with this one?
I know we can beat them. It's not that. It's just the fact that we're on a 7-game win streak. We're due a loss. We're due a loss, and I don't know if it's gonna happen now or we're just gonna not play against the Ravens because I don't think one of these two games come up. I think we're gonna lose just because we're right before the playoffs. I think we're gonna lose one more game. I don't see us winning out going into the playoffs. Nor do I want to. I want to get one more loss just in our guys' heads. I don't know why. I want to lose one more game. I don't want to this game, but I think we're gonna lose one more game. I think it'll be good for us going into the playoffs. But I'm gonna say we beat the Bills by 7.
Okay.
3-7. I don't want to. We're gonna beat the Bills by 1 score, and I think it's gonna come down to the last drive, us having the ball, and Burrow's gonna score, and go ahead and get the touchdown.
I'm gonna be watching.
On the other hand, no. If we lose, though, it's gonna be the opposite. We're gonna fuck up, and Burrow's not gonna get it done, or Josh Allen's gonna have the ball. But
bro, I'm gonna be watching that game very, very closely. I think on DraftKings I put like over 49. I just took the points. I put over 49. I think it's gonna be a very high scoring game, kind of like the Chiefs and the Bills.
let me tell you this. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game.
Why?
People aren't expecting it. Okay, check it. Our defense has been playing good. The Bills got a good defense too. I think both offenses coming out the breaks, it's gonna be tough going. I don't think they're gonna get going until about halftime. They might have 10 to 17 first half, something like that, maybe 13-10, something weird. And I think the second half they'll get going a little bit more. But I don't think I think it'd be like 24-30, 24-27, more something like that. People are expecting
that's reasonable because it'll be over my bet because I think on DraftKings I put a $5 13 pick parlay, $5 bet return $5,000. I don't know if I'm gonna win that. I don't know if I'm win that, but it's possible.
It'd be nice.
It's possible.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be slow at the gates for sure. I think because both defenses they can play, so I think it's gonna be slow for both quarterbacks. They're gonna have to adjust first half and second half. You'll start to see the fireworks and shit, but we'll see. I might be wrong.
We'll see about that one. We're going to get into some college football because, 12 hours from now, Alabama plays Kansas State in the All-State Sugar Bowl at 12 o'clock on ESPN. I'm going to take Alabama, but Kansas State is a very good team. Kansas State did win the championship. They did beat TCU in the Big 12 championship. But I'm going to take Alabama. I don't see Alabama losing 3 games. And we're going to see the future of Bryce Young. This is his last game if he's going to go into the draft or does he stay one more year. I'm gonna take Alabama.
First off, he better not stay one more year because I'm pretty sure he'll probably go top 5 if he leaves, and I never want to advise anybody past that top 5 pick option, but you have an easy pick. But I'm going to TCU just because I hate Bama. I don't even care, and Bama's probably going to win the game by about a touchdown or two, just because I don't see them like you. I don't see them losing 3 games, but I want Bama to lose bad, and
So
TCU
you
shout
want
out
you want you want Kansas State to win?
Kansas State. My bad, not TCU.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
I
thinking
was
of
making.
TCU. They beat TCU.
I'm about,
My
I'm
bad,
about to
but
go
no.
to that. I'm about to go there and say it. I'm about to go there and say it. You got my head thinking. All right, 4 o'clock, the Fiesta Bowl. Okay, the college football playoff Fiesta Bowl. I'll be watching that all day. All dudes watch football. Number 3 TCU versus number 2 Michigan. Sonny Dykes, first year head coach. They won 12 games. Max Duggan running for the Heisman this year. But 2 Michigan, Jim Harbaugh, the khaki pants. Okay, he loves the khaki pants. Former NFL coach, his brother's in the NFL. But he's
Mm-hmm.
brought Michigan to back-to-back 12-win seasons. And Donovan Edwards, the best running back. J.J. McCarthy, a consistent quarterback that does not turn the ball over a lot. I think
Uh-huh.
I said I was going to pick Michigan.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I mean, I watched them that Ohio State game and talking shit during it. I know a lot about what happened. I know a lot about what happened that day, but they're getting into their groove, man. They just started passing, like not like they weren't known for passing. And against Ohio State, they showed that they can do that, and that's they can run and pass now, and they have a crazy defense. So I mean, it's hard for me to think they're not gonna get the job done. I'm going Michigan easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing that Ohio might be upset with the state of Ohio. Number 4, Ohio State versus Georgia. The college football playoff Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl is at 8 o'clock. I'm going to take Georgia because I'm not confident in an Ohio State pass defense. They brought in a defensive coordinator from Oklahoma State. They're somewhat okay, but after the way they got beat by Michigan, then they barely beat Northwestern. They barely beat them, and they struggled against Maryland. And I'm going to take Georgia. I think the Georgia defense doesn't give up a lot of points. They gave up 30 points against LSU, but that's
Mm-hmm.
different. But other than that, the last time they gave up 40 plus points was against Alabama back in the SEC championship game. I'm confident in Georgia defense. Stetson Bennett gets the job done when the job needs to get done. And Georgia's just old school like Alabama. They run the football. Kirby Smart's from a Nick Saban tree. So I'm gonna take Georgia. My matchup is Michigan and Georgia in the championship game.
It'd be a good game, Michigan Georgia. I think that's what it's probably gonna be. The Ohio in me is wanting me to say Ohio State, but I'm gonna go Georgia as well by a touchdown.
Good,
I'm
because
not too
here's an idea to make a video for that. That's an
yeah
idea.
I'm not too ignorant to say that Ohio State doesn't have a chance though. But like you said, their pass defense and the way they can't really cover anybody. So I mean, I don't know who they're gonna stop.
When you watch that game, did they stop the run at all against Michigan?
I mean, they couldn't stop. The one I was watching, they weren't stopping nothing. It looked like I didn't see much of a want and a will out of like usually Ohio State defense, like they got some liveliness in them. They got some toughness. I didn't see like the drive in our defense that I normally see from guys like Raekwon McMillan, all the past linebackers, people like just random people at Ohio State that we have now. I don't even know the names of our best defensive players, and I don't know. We'll see, but.
That's because Ohio State is so worried about recruiting quarterbacks and wide receivers. Smith and Jigba ain't even going to play because he's declared for the draft. The only wide receiver they have is Marvin Harrison Jr. And I guess the
Mhm.
running back that they have is very decent. They're probably going to put him in the slot. And if C.J. Stroud throws about 2 interceptions, the game is over. So C.J. Stroud, the only way Ohio
He
State
can't
wins
turn it
is
over. He can't
yeah,
turn
that's
it
the only
over.
way. He can't even throw an interception. He can't even get a fumble because Georgia feeds off turnovers. They're known for that.
Well, it's crazy because Ohio State's been known for their corners recently too. We got, like all of them guys they've been pumping out: Marcus Lattimore, Denzel Ward, now we can't cover a nosebleed. It's
Well,
wild.
they need to be they need to be like somebody else. I'm gonna get into a little bit of saying they need to find like a I don't know, Jalen Ramsey or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's hard. That's hard. That's
we're
hard to
missing
pick.
it.
That's hard to pick. Monday we're gonna talk about the final bowl game of the year. It'll be on Monday, right before the Monday Night Football game. I think Penn State versus Utah in Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl is one of my favorites. It's in Pasadena,
Oh yeah.
California. I'm going to take Utah because the way they just whoop up on USC. I mean, they beat USC twice. Penn State is still a good team.
Put it on.
The head coach, James Franklin, did come to my state and recruited a player from Verona High School. So he did come to the state of Virginia. But Utah, when they run that 13 personnel, they use 3 tight ends and they play action a lot. And I love their quarterback. I got to take Utah. Utah fights, dude. Utah was that one. 17-3 in the Pac-12 championship, and then it was like 49-24. And it was just like they run the ball. They're consistent. They throw it. Their defense, I mean, their only bad loss was Florida. Like, Florida was a mediocre program this year, but Utah has been something. There's a reason why Utah always plays in the Rose Bowl. So they love them at the Rose Bowl. I think I'm going to take Utah.
That's a good pick, honestly. I liked Utah a lot this year, honestly. I actually watched a couple of their games just because I'm a big fan of them, but the colors and stuff. But Penn State, I had a lot of love for the Big Ten. I think they're one of the best conferences overall, obviously. So, I mean, I'm going to have to roll with the Big Ten here and just go Penn State just because I think there's a different toughness they got in Big Ten. I feel like they'll be able to hold the run to a minimal, and we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go Penn State by a close one. I'm going to keep it a field goal game, about I'll go high score, 27-24, something like that. I got Penn State winning though.
And basically the second and final question. How do you feel about Deion Sanders? There's a documentary that's out on Amazon Prime about the whole Jackson State thing. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna stay up on
I
it
need
and
to watch that.
I'm gonna stay up on that and watch that. How do you feel about Deion Sanders going to Colorado? And there's a lot of people. I know Coach Old School has said in the past that he doesn't think Deion Sanders is going to have a winning record. I think Deion's going to win because he's known for winning. Now, I understand that HBCU is a different level than Division One. He's got a lot of good recruits right now. He took his quarterback with him. He took the corner that I was going to talk about when you mentioned Marcus Lattimore and all that. Travis Hunter. I said Travis Hunter was going to go where Deion Sanders was going to go, and he officially did that. How do you feel about Deion Sanders in Colorado? I think he's going to win his first year. I think he's going to win.
I can't see him losing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's prime. I feel like he has a certain culture that when he steps in the building, everything changes. It becomes winning. You got to win because you got Coach Prime right there. You're not
Yes,
losing
sir.
in front of Coach Prime. Like I just can't see a losing team that he's coaching because they're gonna have that fight and that style, that swagger. That they're gonna have that because of him. And I think it's gonna work out really well. I do just because he's a D1. He was one of the best of all time, Hall of Fame corner, probably the best of all time. I don't think it's a question.
That's not a
But
question.
yeah, he knows talent when he sees it. I think he's gonna get a lot of recruits because of him. Like a lot of people are gonna be like, I'm going to Colorado because he's there. They want to learn from Deion. So that's gonna help them a lot in their recruiting and stuff. And just because Colorado's probably not known for that, but it's gonna help them having Deion. So I
Yeah,
think
I think he got
with
that
that,
running
his
back too.
teaching, yeah, got the running back too, like you
The
said. But
running back,
his
I think the running
teaching
back
too,
like committed to like Alabama, and then he decommitted and went to Deion Sanders or something, or transferred to Deion Sanders.
that stuff's gonna happen more and more because of Deion. I mean, that's the pull he's got, and I think I can't see them having a bad year. Maybe like out the first year, maybe they struggle a little bit out the gates, but I can't see them having a losing record. I don't know, no way.
Did you see what the NC Central coach said? It was I saw it on TikTok. He was like, "Oh, Colorado can take me for half the money or something like that." he said it about Deion. He's like, "Colorado can take me about half of $5 million." I mean, I guess HBCUs are mad at Deion Sanders for leaving Jackson State, but when I watched his press conference, he said he wasn't going to die there, and he was basically exposing the HBCUs. I mean, they were taking money, saying they were going to sell 60,000 seats. That's how much it is in Jackson State or any other HBCU school. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
they ain't selling no tickets. So somebody stole his chains, right? Somebody stole his chains from Jackson State. This stuff was getting stolen.
yeah,
They weren't Jackson State didn't provide for the correct resources as far as like team dinners and all this stuff. He paid out of his own pocket. Now, luckily, he's rich, but mainly as a resource as the coach, you're basically supposed to help the coach, pay for stuff like that for the kids. He basically paid everything out of his own pocket. So at that time, I think it was righteous for him to go. I'm not mad that he moved to Division One. At some point in time, he wanted to go to a Division One school. It's just everybody thought he was going to go to Florida State because if the alumni stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
But Florida State is fine with Mike Norvell. He's from Memphis. They're fine. They had the first 10 wins since 2016. I think the last time that would happen, Willie
Mm-hmm.
Taggart was like the head coach or something like that. So
It's
I'm
probably
not mad at
shameless,
Deion
right?
Sanders. Definitely.
No,
I'm
I
not,
mean, he did
I'm
what
not
he
mad at
did. What
all.
he did his thing. Yeah, no, he just. I mean, that's what happens. You know what I mean? A coach doesn't stay at one place usually forever, not too often, unless it's like an NFL team, like you might see in there for a while, or Nick
Yeah, I don't
Saban.
think
But like,
he's already said he's not coaching the NFL because he thinks certain players disrespect the game and it's all about money. So that they won't work as
exactly.
hard.
I mean,
And then he already admitted saying, well, if somebody doesn't do hard, I might have to fight. He was like that as a player. That's why he
I
coached at
guess I
Ohio State.
like the fact that Deion's not going to like a well known college. He's going to Colorado. Like he's going to change a culture. He's going to change a culture. That's what he wants. I like that. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not mad at all.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the transfer portal? You got guys like I did a video on JT Daniels who went to 4 schools in 6 years. And what is the mindset behind the transfer portal? How do you feel about the transfer portal? I don't know if you ever played football when you were a kid or whatever, but just like how do you feel about transfer portal? Like, is it out of whack? Like anybody can just transfer, and then you got most schools like Virginia Tech or whatever that have like 20 transfers, and you know, you got about 3,000 players in the transfer portal. Tell us how you feel about transfer portal because I think the transfer portal is a joke. Just me as a coach, we get players that transfer all the time, and I'm not mad at the player. I'm just mad at the mindset that we bring to the kids. We tell them, oh, to get better, but then when they don't win their starting position or whatever, they just want to transfer. They think transfer is okay, but we had certain players that the coaches leave them high and dry. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think there's good things and bad things, obviously, with anything, but to a certain extent, I like it just because that's how Joe Burrow was actually able to get found. I think the fact that he was sitting in the back behind the shadows at Ohio State and they weren't able to identify how good of a quarterback he could be, and then he goes to LSU and goes on this magical run. That's where the transfer portal, like maybe it's a good thing, without the transfer portal, maybe we would never have a Joe Burrow in the NFL how he's playing. We wouldn't see what he could have done. And those are the types of players. I feel like there's a lot of those kinds of players who maybe they're not used the way they're supposed to on one team, and they're like, I got to get out of here. I got to get into a new system, a new coach. I think so. For those kinds of players, I think it's a good thing. Obviously, like you said, there's to a certain extent it can be overused and make kids not want to be as motivated to just get better and win that spot. But if you're in a situation where you feel like you're doing everything you can to get better and you're showing you're better than the people in front of you, and they still won't start you, then that's where I could see it's a good thing. But other than that, yeah, no, I agree with you for sure.
Last question. So basically, just tell Totem Pole Nation, tell everybody in America, you're gonna blow up soon. For anyone wanting to start a prank YouTube channel, how do you do it, and how do you grow your channel? Tell Totem Pole Nation, tell everybody in America how to grow a YouTube channel and how to start. Because there's some people that they don't know what to do. Don't explain your secrets, but just tell them, what do you do as far as your YouTube channel? How did you become deer and what to do?
I say that's the first thing is like anything. Just, I don't know, watch people that do pranks. I mean, I already did before I started, and that's kind of what inspired me to do my own because I felt like I could do it. I'm pretty funny. I would love to do it. And I just started doing it myself. But watch people who do it and just kind of get some inspiration, I guess, and kind of like figure out what kind of niche you'd fall under. Maybe you want to do some character pranks, more one-on-one hidden camera type stuff, more skit type based stuff. There's like a lot of different like prank genres you could go into and do. But I guess look at stuff like that for inspiration, and then obviously go out and get yourself a camera. If you don't have a camera, you can use your iPhone. I'm sure everybody's got an iPhone nowadays. An iPhone has any like 11 and up, 10 iPhone and up has a 4K mode for video. It'll shoot, and you can prank with that. Use your voice memos on your phone. That's what we did for about a year. Everything works the same way, just a little bit more harder when you're editing and all that. But I'd say get out and start trying. I just don't sit there and think about how you're gonna prank. Think of ideas. Think of a couple ideas. Go out and test them. See how it goes. And if it's something that you get a flow for, and you just keep working at, you're gonna get better. Obviously, you're gonna have bad parts in the beginning. Maybe you're not the best at thinking on the spot and knowing what to say when you're pranking someone, and that's gonna come over time. That's improvising. You gotta constantly work at that to help your improvisation skills. But you gotta also watch, like I said, other prankers help get inspiration, and that helps your inspiration and your motor start running, and you figure out your own flow in a way, I guess. And you have to just keep working at it. But you don't get better by doing nothing. You have to actually get out there and start doing this. Start talking to people. Just have messing around for fun. Then not everything has to be a crazy prank, but just start messing around with people when you're out there, just doing small stuff, and it helps you get better for the bigger stuff. If that makes sense.
No, I agree. But Totem Pole Nation, that's it. But we are officially December 31st. We're literally 12 hours away from 2023. It's another day, but my man Deer is back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to follow Nonstop TV. Okay, I'll be watching this stuff. We're gonna tag him, obviously. Don't forget to follow Deer. It's almost Deer on all social medias, Instagram,
Sir,
except Facebook. Tell them what your name is on Facebook.
my name is Connor McCloskey on Facebook. I'm working on changing that because I don't like people calling me my real name. My name is Deer. Y'all can call me Deer, but it's Connor McCloskey on my Facebook. But yeah,
Deer's a good name. Deer's a good name. I actually like that name. I don't like people talking about my real name either. It's kind of like, no, this is my
no,
name.
I got Deer through sports too, so that's my sports nickname. I like it.
But yeah, we Total Pole and Nonstop gonna do some big things. We're taking it one day at a time. We ain't really thinking about it, but we say thank you, Total Pole Nation, for 20K subscribers. It was a long
Yes,
run.
sir.
Thank my guy Deer right here. We're gonna put him on the guest a lot more. We might bring him back in the playoffs, Super Bowl,
Hey,
whatever we can think of. But
it's just getting started, so.
I'm gonna tell you this on top of my head though. The last thing I'm gonna say is when college season hits and it hits that Saturday, Total Pole and Nonstop probably do something with the college breaks. Maybe we
Hey,
maybe,
I have to.
maybe we go up to Clemson. Maybe we go up to Ohio State. Whatever we want to go, we're gonna get down with it. So Total Pole, stay tuned. Follow Nonstop TV. They're gonna have a video coming out on Monday, on January 2nd, all this other stuff. And we're only getting bigger and better. And we'll be seeing you later on.